Today, let us reflect on the power of self-worth. Life is too precious for you to waste your energy chasing what does not align with your spirit. Begging, chasing, excessive texting, and playing games are all rooted in fear and lack. But you were not created to live in lack. You were created to live in abundance, love, and harmony. Together, let us embrace a higher truth. When you stand firmly in your worth, everything that belongs to you will flow effortlessly into your life. In our journey through life, it's easy to forget our worth. Society, experiences, and sometimes even the people closest to us can make us believe that we need to seek approval, validation, or love from others. But in truth, you were never meant to beg for anything. You were born with an inherent worth, an inner light that radiates simply because you exist. The idea of begging, whether for love, attention, or approval, is rooted in the belief that you are somehow incomplete, lacking, or undeserving of what you desire. This belief, however, is not your truth. To beg for anything is to forget the divine inheritance that is already yours. From the moment you were born, the universe granted you the gift of life and all the abundance that comes with it. There is no need to seek outside yourself for what you already hold within. This divine inheritance is the knowledge that you are enough. You were created in the image of the universe itself, and just as the universe is infinite, so too is your potential. Your worth is not determined by the opinions of others or by external circumstances. It is your birthright always. Begging, whether it manifests as pleading for someone's attention, seeking constant validation from others, or bending yourself to fit someone else's idea of who you should be, creates a disconnection from this truth. You begin to believe that your happiness or fulfillment lies in the hands of someone else, and this puts you at their mercy. The moment you think you need to beg for love, respect, or approval, you are placing yourself in a position of powerlessness. But this is not who you are. Imagine if a child, knowing they were the heir to a great fortune, went around asking for scraps. It would seem absurd, wouldn't it? Yet this is what we often do when we beg for love or validation. We forget the power and abundance that are already within us. The universe has already bestowed upon you everything you need to thrive and live fully. Love, respect, abundance, and joy are all part of your divine inheritance. They do not need to be earned or begged for. They are yours by right. When you claim your divine inheritance, you begin to recognize your own worth. You no longer need to seek approval from others because you already know that you are worthy. You do not have to chase after love or constantly prove yourself to be deserving. You are already deserving. The world does not define your worth, only you can do that. And when you choose to see yourself as worthy, everything you desire begins to flow effortlessly into your life. It's important to understand that claiming your divine inheritance is not about arrogance or pride. It's about recognizing your inherent value and treating yourself with the respect and love you deserve. This is a mindset shift from scarcity to abundance. When you believe that everything you need is already within you, you begin to attract experiences and relationships that align with this belief. You no longer chase after things that don't serve you because you know that what is meant for you will come to you naturally. You trust that the universe is always working in your favor. To claim your divine inheritance is also to let go of fear. Fear of not being enough, fear of being rejected, and fear of being alone. These fears only exist because we've been taught to believe that we are not complete, that we must seek something outside ourselves to feel whole. But when you claim your divine inheritance, you step into your wholeness. You are already complete. You do not need anyone or anything to make you whole. The only thing standing between you and your full potential is the belief that you are less than what you truly are. As you embrace your worth, you begin to see the world through a different lens. No longer are you a victim of circumstances or the opinions of others. You are a powerful creator capable of manifesting your desires. You stop settling for less than you deserve because you know that the universe has more to offer you. You trust in the timing of your life and understand that what is meant for you will find you. There is no need to rush, chase, or beg. Everything you need will come to you when you align with the truth of your worth. This process of claiming your divine inheritance is not something that happens overnight. It is a practice, a daily reminder that you are worthy of all the good the universe has to offer. Start by affirming your worth every day. Look in the mirror and say, I am worthy of love, success, and happiness. I claim my divine inheritance. Each time you speak these words, you are strengthening your connection to your true self and your inner power. Over time, these affirmations will become your reality. You will no longer feel the need to beg or chase because you will know without a doubt that everything you desire is already on its way to you. In conclusion, begging is an illusion that keeps you from seeing your true worth. It is a sign that you have forgotten the divine inheritance that is rightfully yours. But today you can choose to remember. You are worthy, you are deserving, and you are already enough. When you embrace this truth, you no longer need to beg because everything you desire will come to you effortlessly. Trust in your divine inheritance, for it is your birthright. And when you walk in the knowing of your worth, the universe will respond in kind, bringing you all that you have been asking for, without effort, without begging, and without chasing. In life, we often find ourselves chasing after what we desire, whether it's love, success, recognition, or a sense of fulfillment. We chase because we believe that we need to pursue these things in order to claim them. We push, we strive, and we sometimes sacrifice parts of ourselves in the process, thinking that this is the only way to get what we want. But the truth is that chasing is not the way to attract what is truly meant for us. Chasing is rooted in the belief that what we want is separate from us, that we must run after it to make it ours. This belief creates a sense of scarcity, and it's from this place of lack that we begin to force things into our lives. However, life is not meant to be a constant struggle of chasing and forcing. The universe is abundant, and everything we desire is already within reach. What we need to do is shift our mindset from one of chasing to one of allowing. When we allow things to come to us, rather than forcing them into our lives, we are in harmony with the flow of the universe. We recognize that we do not need to chase after what is ours. Instead, we need to become the kind of person who effortlessly attracts what we seek. Chasing comes from a place of fear and desperation. We chase because we believe that something is missing from our lives, that we need to catch it before it slips away. We fear that if we don't make it happen, it will never happen. This fear leads to a sense of urgency and anxiety, and we often end up pursuing things that are not in alignment with our true desires. When we are chasing, we are not acting from a place of trust. We are acting from a place of doubt, insecurity, and lack. Allowing, on the other hand, is rooted in trust and surrender. It is the understanding that everything we need is already on its way to us. It is knowing that we do not have to chase, force, or struggle to manifest our desires. Instead, we can simply open ourselves up to receive. We can be patient, knowing that what is meant for us will arrive at the perfect time. By releasing the need to control the outcome, we allow ourselves to be open to all the wonderful possibilities the universe has in store. This shift from chasing to allowing requires a deep inner transformation. It means moving away from a mindset of scarcity and stepping into one of abundance. When we believe that everything we desire is already on its way to us, we stop worrying about whether or not we will get it. We trust that the universe is always working in our favor, bringing us exactly what we need at the right moment. Instead of desperately seeking something that may not be aligned with our highest good, we focus on becoming the person who is worthy of receiving everything we desire. Allowing does not mean being passive or doing nothing. It means aligning ourselves with the energy of our desires. It means taking inspired action, but without forcing anything to happen. When we allow, we become clear on what we want and take steps toward it, but we do so with an open heart and a peaceful mind. We trust that the path will unfold as it should, without needing to push or rush things. In this way, we are able to flow with life rather than resist it. One of the most important aspects of allowing is letting go of attachment to the outcome. We must release our attachment to how we think things should unfold and instead trust that life has a plan that is far greater than anything we could have imagined. When we chase, we become attached to a specific outcome. And this attachment often creates resistance. We may find ourselves getting frustrated or discouraged when things don't go according to plan. But when we allow, we trust that even if things don't look the way we expected, they are unfolding in the best possible way for our growth and highest good. In the process of allowing, we also need to be open to receiving. Many of us are conditioned to believe that we must earn everything we want through hard work and struggle. But the truth is that we are worthy of all the good things life has to offer, simply because we exist. Allowing means being open to receiving love, abundance, and joy without guilt or hesitation. It means accepting that you are worthy of all the blessings that come your way, without feeling the need to chase after them. When we stop chasing and start allowing, we begin to experience a sense of peace and ease in our lives. We no longer feel the need to force things into place or push against the natural flow of life. Instead, we trust that everything is happening exactly as it should. We become more present in each moment, knowing that our desires are already on their way to us. This mindset allows us to relax and enjoy the journey rather than constantly striving for a destination that may not even be in alignment with our true desires. Allowing is also about being in alignment with our inner selves. When we are in alignment, we become magnetic. Our energy shifts and we naturally attract the people, opportunities, and experiences that are meant for us. We stop chasing things that are not meant for us and instead become a beacon for the right things to come into our lives. When we allow, we align ourselves with the flow of the universe, and everything we need will find its way to us. In conclusion, life is not about chasing after what we desire, it is about allowing it to come to us. Chasing comes from a place of fear and lack, while allowing comes from a place of trust and abundance. When we stop chasing and start allowing, we open ourselves up to the infinite possibilities of the universe. We trust that everything we desire is already on its way, and we align ourselves with the energy of what we seek. When we allow, we flow with life, and everything we need will come to us effortlessly and in perfect timing. Let go of the need to chase and instead open your heart to the beauty of allowing. In today's digital age, texting has become a primary means of communication. It's quick, convenient, and allows us to stay connected with others at any time of the day. However, there is a subtle but powerful shift that happens when texting becomes one-sided or imbalanced. When communication is not reciprocal, when you are always the one initiating contact, or when you find yourself constantly reaching out and not receiving the same level of attention or response in return, it can feel draining, disheartening, and even disrespectful. Communication should be balanced, an exchange of energy, understanding, and connection. When you constantly find yourself texting without receiving a similar effort from others, It's essential to pause and assess the dynamics of the relationship or situation. Balancing communication is not about equal numbers of texts or keeping score, but about mutual respect and effort. Healthy communication should always flow both ways, with both parties contributing, responding, and engaging in a meaningful exchange. When you send a text or make an effort to communicate with someone, it should be met with an equal amount of care and attention. A lack of balance can cause frustration, anxiety, and a feeling of emotional neglect. It may also be a signal that the relationship is not as aligned as you may have hoped. When you constantly find yourself texting or reaching out, but the response is minimal or inconsistent, it's important to recognize that this behavior reflects a deeper dynamic. Sometimes we convince ourselves that if we text enough or chase after someone enough, they will eventually give us the attention and recognition we desire. But this belief is rooted in fear and insecurity. When you feel that you must keep reaching out to someone in order to get their attention or affection, it reveals a lack of belief in your own worth. You begin to equate your value with how much others respond to you, and you invest emotional energy in trying to win their approval or love. This is not how communication should work. Communication should be an exchange, a dance between two people who are genuinely interested in connecting with each other. It should feel natural, not forced. When you are the one constantly initiating contact, you might start to feel drained or like you're putting in more than you're getting. You may start to question if you are being appreciated, if your feelings are being acknowledged, or if the other person even values the relationship. The imbalance can also lead to confusion, as the lack of response or engagement can make it difficult to gauge where you truly stand. One of the most powerful things you can do in this situation is to take a step back and reflect on why you feel the need to keep texting. Are you doing it out of genuine desire for connection, or are you doing it because you're seeking validation or trying to fill a void? Are you truly being heard and respected, or are you simply trying to maintain contact at all costs, even if it means sacrificing your own needs? These are important questions to ask yourself because they can help you break free from patterns of behavior that are not serving you or the relationship. When you feel like you are the one doing all the texting and receiving little or no effort in return, it's important to establish boundaries. Boundaries are a healthy way of protecting your emotional energy and ensuring that your relationships are reciprocal. If someone is not putting in the same effort as you, it's okay to step back and let them reach out to you. You don't need to be the one always initiating. In fact, stepping back can help you regain your sense of worth and clarity. It allows you to see the relationship for what it truly is and whether it's one that deserves your energy. A balanced communication dynamic is built on mutual respect. It involves both parties making an effort to show up for each other, listening and engaging in meaningful conversation. This doesn't mean that every conversation has to be long or deeply profound, but it does mean that both people are invested in maintaining the connection. If someone values you and respects you, they will meet you halfway. Communication should be effortless, not something that feels like a constant struggle or game. When communication is balanced, it fosters a sense of trust, security, and emotional support. It creates an environment where both people feel comfortable expressing themselves, knowing they will be met with understanding and care. It also promotes healthy boundaries, where neither person feels the need to overextend themselves or sacrifice their own needs for the sake of the other person. Both people are equally invested in the connection, and the effort is mutual. This is the foundation of any healthy relationship, whether it's romantic, familial, or platonic. If you find that you are constantly texting and not receiving the same level of response, it's important to have a conversation with the person involved. Communication should be open, honest, and direct. Share how you feel without blame or accusation. Express that you would like to see more effort from both sides and that you value balanced communication. You may be surprised by how much the other person values the connection and simply didn't realize the imbalance. Sometimes people need a gentle reminder that relationships are a two-way street and that communication is key to maintaining healthy connections. In some cases, you may discover that the other person is not willing or able to give the effort that you desire. And while this can be painful, it is an important realization. It may be time to reassess the relationship and decide if it is worth your energy. You deserve relationships where communication is balanced, respectful, and fulfilling. You are worthy of reciprocal effort and of being heard and appreciated. In conclusion, communication should never be a one-sided effort. When you find yourself always texting or putting in all the effort, it's important to step back and assess the situation. Relationships thrive on balance, on mutual effort, respect, and care. If communication is unbalanced, it can lead to feelings of frustration, neglect, and confusion. By setting healthy boundaries and advocating for balanced communication, you allow yourself to honor your worth and protect your emotional energy. Healthy relationships are built on equality, understanding, and open exchange, where both people are equally invested in the connection. If you find yourself giving more than you're receiving, take a step back, reflect on your needs, and remember that you deserve relationships that are fulfilling, reciprocal, and respectful. In a world where so much of our lives are influenced by external pressures, expectations, and the desire to fit in, it's easy to fall into the trap of playing games in our relationships. Games can take many forms, trying to appear less interested than you are, pretending to be someone you're not, holding back emotions to gauge another person's reaction, or playing hard to get. These behaviors are often rooted in insecurity and fear. The fear that if we show our true selves, we will not be loved, accepted, or valued. But the truth is that authenticity is the key to genuine connection. And when we play games, we block the real, meaningful relationships we are truly meant to have. Authenticity is not about being perfect or flawless. It's about being true to who you are in any given moment. It's about expressing yourself honestly, without pretense or manipulation. When you are authentic, you align with your true self, and this energy naturally attracts the right people and experiences into your life. On the other hand, when you play games, you are hiding a part of yourself. You may think that you are protecting yourself or trying to manipulate the situation, but in reality, you are pushing people away because they cannot connect with the real you. No one wants to be involved in a game. They want connection, honesty, and trust. The reason games are so damaging to relationships is that they are rooted in fear and uncertainty. When you are playing games, you are essentially saying, "I don't trust you enough to show you who I really am." Instead of approaching the relationship from a place of openness and vulnerability, you are putting up walls and creating distance. This dynamic creates confusion because the other person doesn't know what to believe. Are you genuinely interested in them, or are you just playing a role? Are you telling them the truth, or are you hiding behind a facade? When games are played, it's nearly impossible to build a strong, authentic connection because trust is eroded by the underlying sense of dishonesty. And games also come from a place of wanting to control the outcome. We might hold back our feelings or pretend to be indifferent because we fear that showing too much emotion will make us seem needy or desperate. We may avoid being completely honest because we worry that it will push someone away or that we will be rejected. But in truth, the only thing that can truly push someone away is inauthenticity. When you hold back parts of yourself, you are telling the other person that you don't trust them enough to be real with them. And when you're constantly playing games, the relationship becomes more about strategy than connection. Authenticity is liberating because it allows you to be fully yourself. When you let go of the need to play games, you free yourself from the anxiety and insecurity that often accompany those behaviors. You no longer have to worry about whether you're doing the right thing or saying the right thing. Instead, you simply show up as you are, no masks, no facades. And when you show up authentically, you create space for others to do the same. True intimacy is built on mutual trust, and the only way to cultivate that trust is by being genuine. Being authentic also means embracing your vulnerability. Vulnerability can feel risky because it requires us to be open, exposed, and honest about our feelings. But it's in this openness that real connections are formed. When you allow yourself to be vulnerable, you give others the opportunity to see the real you, the parts of yourself that may not always be perfect but are beautiful in their own way. You give others the space to meet you where you are, and this creates a foundation for deeper, more meaningful relationships. Playing games, on the other hand, keeps you guarded, hiding behind a wall that prevents real connection. Many people play games because they are afraid of rejection or judgment. They fear that if they show their true selves, they will not be accepted. But the reality is that when you are authentic, you attract the right people into your life, those who value you for who you truly are. You are not here to please everyone or to fit into a mold that others have created for you. You are here to live your truth and to connect with people who love and appreciate you for that truth. By embracing authenticity, you begin to attract relationships that are based on honesty, respect, and mutual understanding, rather than manipulation and games. The key to being authentic is self-awareness. You need to understand yourself, your values, your desires, your boundaries, and your needs, so that you can show up in the world as the true version of yourself. Authenticity requires that you let go of the desire to conform to others' expectations or to hide parts of yourself that you think might not be accepted. Instead, you step into your own power and embrace all aspects of yourself, knowing that you are worthy of love and connection just as you are. There is a profound beauty in authenticity because it fosters an environment where love can grow. When both people in a relationship are able to be open, honest, and vulnerable, they create a space of trust and mutual respect. In this space, both individuals can express their needs, their desires, and their emotions without fear of judgment or rejection. This is where true intimacy is formed, when both people are fully themselves, allowing the other to see and love them for exactly who they are. When you stop playing games, you also stop wasting energy on something that isn't real. You no longer have to worry about trying to control outcomes or manipulate situations. Instead, you can focus on building real connections and nourishing relationships that are based on mutual care, respect, and understanding. Playing games may give you temporary control over a situation, but it will never lead to lasting happiness or fulfillment. Authenticity, on the other hand, creates lasting joy and deep connection because it is rooted in truth. In conclusion, authenticity is the key to meaningful and lasting relationships. Playing games may seem like a way to protect yourself, but in reality, it only creates distance and confusion. Authenticity allows you to show up as you truly are, and it creates space for others to do the same. When you let go of the need to manipulate, control, or hide behind a facade, you invite real love, respect, and connection into your life. True intimacy is built on honesty and vulnerability, and when you embrace your authentic self, you naturally attract the right people and experiences into your life. Stop playing games and start being the real you. You deserve to be loved and valued for exactly who you are. Today, make a decision. No begging, no chasing, no texting out of fear, and no games. Let your energy be rooted in love, self-respect, and trust in the universe. Say with me, I release all need to prove my worth. I trust that what is meant for me will find me effortlessly. I am deserving of love, respect, and harmony, and I attract it with ease. Walk in your power, beloved, and let life meet you where you are. You are worthy always.